Happy Friday. So today we're going to be talking about my own product. And what I'm going to do is I've been working behind the scenes for almost 2 years here to build this really crazy data product that monitors jobs every single day. So every day we check thousands and thousands of websites. We see their open jobs so that you can basically look for keywords inside those job descriptions. Now, I've got kind of an undercover version that my customers can use, but I'm designing a version for you to use. So today we're going to talk about what those screens are going to look like so that you can think about how I think about some product development here. And the interesting thing, maybe for you, is that this has an opinion about how the data should be used for outreach. So at every point along the way, I can stop and say, I can just give you accounts and who cares about the problems you solve. I can give you leads if you like. I can give you leads plus deliverability if you like. And I can give you full consulting if you need something more. So there's a natural progression to basically upgrading. But the other interesting thing that I'm going to talk about is how I'm going to think about virality in this product. So how can I give away value to the person that's going to query this data and also make sure that I'm not giving away too much value. So let's dive in. And I bootstrap. So I can't just like throw a bunch of resources and have a bunch of people use this thing without a clear upgrade path. So the virality stuff is like a little bit beta-y. I just sort of sketched it out now, but it'll give you some ideas about how I'm thinking about growth as product. Really important. PIG, product is growth. It's an acronym. I also called it PAG, product as growth. I don't know, I like PIG better. All right, let's dive into the screens here. So I'm using the Freeform app. So there's going to be a screen here that's like, what is Blueprint Jobs? You're going to log in and auth with LinkedIn. This is just going to be a quick video. You can switch to text here. It'll talk to you about how the opinion about the product, about the idea behind jobs is it tells you, mining jobs data, it tells you what to say, it tells you whom to say it to, and it says when you should say it because a job is a $100,000 problem that someone's raised their hand. Then what's going to happen is you're going to be able to pull in your ideal title. So there's going to be two sections here, seniorities. So there's going to be, 5 to 10 seniorities here, VP, director, manager. You can just checkbox that. And then you'll put in your title keywords. Who are the people that you really want to see? I may drop in an Apollo link or a sales nav link here because it's important to be able to dance with the data because people don't have like a great understanding of title. So I may actually provide a list of titles when you start typing that in to be like, yes, no, because you really do need to dance with it. This is the screen I haven't spent enough time on, but there's going to be an include, exclude accounts. So really the value of doing some TAM scoring, which I do in my consulting engagements, is to eliminate a lot of the world. Now, this will be very basic, like companies, funding, etc. You can paste in domains. I want to include or exclude these domains. But really the important thing is to exclude the universe of people that you want. I may consider pulling in category data so to give you a better granular understanding. So one of the ways I might do this is give me a list of all your current customers here, paste that in, and then I'll go find other people in their same category and start there so that this is like for sure super narrow. The purpose of the product is not to get every person that you could possibly sell to. It's really how do you get the people that you know are in your sweet spot, and then how do you rank them? So if I'm only sending you one lead a day, let's say, that's not the goal, but that lead is absolutely perfect for you. Now, this is the screen that I think is going to be most useful for sellers thinking about outbound, and it's your unique opinion. And this is the problem with a lot of outbound tools. It's like you get to yell, but there's no nuance in what you're yelling. It's just volume, right? And so the purpose of this is to help you understand, define, and quantify your value prop. So what's the problem that you're searching for? So that might be upsells. Not me, but like the company comes in, they're a company that does upsells. What are the keywords that indicate upsells? Upsell, cross-sell, renewal, expansion, right? There's a lot of keywords that kind of mean that. And you'll have the ability to dance with this data here. So like, did I get it right? And then expand accordingly. All the jobs are actually sorted by the total number of keyword matches. So the nice thing about being able to dance this data is you can see who are the jobs that mention the most variations of your keywords. I may just throw in some ChatGPT here to automatically find synonyms for all those words. I probably will do that to give you the best shot out of the gate. And then usually solve. How do companies usually solve this? Well, generally, if you're upselling, what you're trying to do is you're manually researching accounts, etc. Here's why that's bad. And here's what the opinion is when you solve with us. So, and ideally, your value prop is so unique, it's so differentiated that you have an opinion that when people see it, they're like, that's not at all the way I was thinking about it. And actually, that's not the path we were going at all, but it makes a lot of sense, right? So the goal is to give you kind of a Mad Lib export here. It's like when titles are trying, so like the titles you target, are trying to solve this problem, they usually solve it this way. But the problem with that is why it's bad. If I put, and then there's just like a simple low, if I put together a 1-minute loom of how we could solve problem without the bad thing, would you watch it? So that's the message. And so trying to kind of templatize this message, but force you to have an opinion about why what you're doing matters. And then here's the kind of upgrade export step. So you can export companies and jobs. So I just want to get all the companies and jobs that match that criteria. Or if you're like, shoot, I'm a founder, I'm like a first sales rep, I don't have a way to get emails, clean them, or like to send those emails and get them in the inboxes, then you upgrade to another product. So this is kind of the flow I'm building. But what I want to talk with you about too is virality. So you're going to have to forgive this. This was drawn by someone that has no drawing skills, me. And so basically, I want to create an interface that is 180 days delayed. You have full access to my jobs data, but it's 180 days. It's half a year delayed. So these are problems that companies may not be struggling with, but you can do absolutely everything. You just can't get the cream of the crop. And you're going to go through the same flow. What are your companies? What are your titles? What are the problems that you solve? And then every day, every week, you'll get an email with not only all of the titles that all of the companies that have problems, but I will go fetch an email for you. I'll clean that email and I will have the message written for you because it's in the process of how you go through the product. And you're going to get five of those a week, 10 of those a week, right? And then you're going to want more. Do you want more of those things? Then what I'm going to do is, because you've connected with LinkedIn and like probably I'll auth with Google, I'm going to pull all of your contacts and figure out who are SDRs or founders at companies that I target. I'm going to have that list in my database. Here are all the perfect companies for me, B2B, SaaS companies that are growing fast. And if you know anyone, I'm going to say, these are the people that basically I want you to build this out for, or give that option. And then so what's going to happen is that will kick them to this workflow, or you could do it for them. I haven't quite decided. And in doing so, you both will get 5 more credits a week. So there are additional compounding value there. And there will be and here, there'll be some other piece here that's like, want even more. This should pop up in a second. Yeah, look at that. Oh my God, look, it's magic. I can write on the screen. So it's like, do you want even more? This is my chicken scratch. So do you want even more than that? And then you can pay to upgrade. But because I already know the domains that I care about, I know if you have relationships with them, I let you make the introduction to them. They get free leads with messages to reach out to, and suddenly the product becomes viral. And maybe I'll have a cap on the number of people that you can invite. I don't know. So this is the workflow for the product, how I'm thinking about letting sellers query this data, how the way in which you query the jobs data is going to have an opinion about what you should say to them. There's going to be upsell steps to get emails and deliverability, and there's going to be a virality component so that you can use the product fully, and the restriction is not on number of exports, etc. It's actually the how old the data is, so people aren't necessarily solving the problem. And I may go further back, right? And that's how I'm building my product. I would love to get your feedback on it. I haven't even pushed this into the UX process yet, so that'll start in about 2 weeks. But thank you so much for watching all of my content and for coming here and joining me on my journey to go from a consulting business to basically a data business that tries to take a lot of learnings that I have in the consulting world and bring that to more people in a self-serve way. Have a great Friday.